right, well, we are back. Found Money Radio, 1080 KRLD. Good morning. We are here to answer your retirement questions, and our phone number is 888-7-PIGGY-BANK, 888-7-PIGGY-BANK. Give us a call. Consider coming in for a complimentary retirement plan checkup. That is a great way to meet us. Get a second opinion. Getting a second opinion is a good thing in life. If you'd like to schedule a time, a day to come in our Dallas or Fort Worth offices, either one, take your pick. 888-7-PIGGY-BANK is the number, 888-7-PIGGY-BANK. All right, Alan Maples, estate planning attorney, back with us here on Found Money Radio, and we're going to have a discussion about the top 10 mistakes that we make in our wills and estate plans, and we're going to approach this discussion with Alan in kind of a David Letterman fashion. We're going to make it a top 10 list. Here we go, Alan. Number 10 mistake that we make in our wills and estate plans: having a non-trust or estate planning attorney prepare your estate plan. So, Alan, welcome, my friend. Now, you are an estate planning attorney. We should mention that. Why do we need somebody like you that spends all of their time doing this?
Well, any lawyer is qualified. I mean, passing the bar gives you the right to prepare wills and such. But life is just so complicated, and the law is so complicated. No one person can be good at everything.
You want somebody who focuses on that.
Yeah, that's where they spend their time, and that's what they're accustomed to, and they can do it more efficiently and do a better job.
I've learned that lesson several times in my life. I would tend to agree with that. Let's keep going. Number 9, owning your own life insurance. How can that be a mistake?
Oftentimes people don't realize that your life insurance death benefit, when it's paid out, that's estate taxable. That's part of what is taxed as far as the estate tax
All right, so
goes.
Would this be an issue for people with $5 million and higher estates? Is that generally who you're talking about?
Yeah, if your life insurance death benefit pushes the size of your estate above $5 million, then you need to worry about this and probably own your life insurance in a trust rather than owning it in your own name.
Okay, number 8, and again, we're talking about the 10 biggest mistakes that people make in their estate plan: trusting people to do the right thing.
Yeah, a lot of times people come in and say, well, I just want to divide everything, give it all to my kids, and they'll figure it out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Or I know so-and-so will do a good job of executor, but I don't really need to give them any instructions on what to do.
This is a good way to ensure that Thanksgiving will be awkward from then on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Emotions run high, and sometimes people make choices and do things after the death of a loved one that they wouldn't otherwise expect them to do. So you're better off giving clear instructions.
Number 7, failing to provide flexibility in an estate plan.
That's almost the opposite of the previous one, right? But sometimes people will be too specific. They don't allow for changes in their life. So if you write your will today and you say, I want to give my 75 Impala to my son, and then 10 years from now, and you pass away and you don't own that Chevrolet Impala anymore, it creates a question, okay, do we have to go out, does the executor have to buy one and then give it to the son? So anyway, you don't want to get too specific to where your executor and your family can't carry out your wishes anymore.
Okay, estate planning mistake number 6, outright bequests to immature children. What does that mean?
Well, it could mean one of two things. I mean, it could be immature as they're not legally adults yet. Or number 2, it could be immature in that they're not good, won't be good stewards of the money. The best response for both of those is to probably leave things in trust for that child.
So in other words, don't give kids so much rope that they hang themselves with the proceeds of a will.
Yeah, you want the what they get from your estate and from you to be a blessing and not a curse.
All right, we're talking about the 10 biggest mistakes that we make in our estate plans. We're up to number 5. Failure to coordinate retirement account designations with your estate plan. What does this involve?
Your retirement accounts, you actually name a beneficiary to that account. I want to divide everything equally among my 3 kids, for instance, and they put that in their will. But then in their retirement account, they designate one of their children as being the beneficiary of that account. Well, the retirement account beneficiary designation controls itself, if that makes sense. So things can get out of whack. That's not a legal technical term. But anyway, they get
there
out of...
There could be a conflict between 2 documents, and so there's ambiguity regarding what the person wanted.
Right. Yeah, and so then it didn't end up with an equal distribution among the kids because the one child got that retirement account.
All right. And number 4, failure to coordinate beneficiary designations with your will. What does this relate to?
That's basically the same thing, just being more specific. So, I mean, you've got retirement accounts, maybe your stock brokerage account or your bank account, your checking account, savings account. So if you've designated a beneficiary, you just want to make sure that you've allowed for that in how you divide things up in your will.
All right, top 10 mistakes we make in our wills and estate plans. We are up to number 3. and it reads, failing to write a will or have a revocable trust at all.
If you haven't put forth your estate plan the way you want it, the state of Texas has one ready for you based on the way the legislature would divide things. And most times, that's not how you would want things divided.
And it would be more expensive if the state does it for you?
Yeah, because you haven't laid things out in a way that somebody can follow. And so when the state does it, there's more question about these potential beneficiaries that may not actually be your beneficiaries.
All right, mistake number 2, improper use of and failure to fund lifetime trusts. You'll have to explain this one to me.
Well, the main reason that people typically use a lifetime trust is to avoid probate. But if you have not actually transferred title and ownership of your stuff into the trust, then it doesn't avoid probate.
Then it's just a shell.
Yeah, it's just a shell. It's an empty shell, and it doesn't do what you want it to do.
So it's kind of like you've done one half of the process, but you didn't complete it.
Right.
All right, so that's a mistake.
Yeah. If you set up a trust to avoid probate, it's kind of a little bit of an ongoing process. You need to monitor it and make sure that you continue on and do the things that you need to do to make it sure it's effective.
I love number 1. Do-it-yourself wills and trusts. Yes, we're talking about Lawyer Zoom and all these do-it-yourself template-driven legal services online. We've talked about this before, Alan. Do-it-yourself can be dangerous.
And I think the main reason it's number 1 is because it's becoming much more common. I mean, before the internet was so popular that people didn't often do this, but now they can go online and think that they can download a quick and easy solution. You might save a little bit of money up front, but then a lot of times you have a lot more headache and money later on. There used to be that old commercial about, I don't know, it might have been a brake company that said you can pay me now or you can pay me later. But anyway, it's that kind of situation.
Well, Alan Maples, thank you so much. Great information. Estate planning attorney, Alan Maples, on the team, Texas Retirement Specialist, where we help you manage the full 360 degrees of your life during retirement. As you come in for a complimentary retirement plan checkup, we'll talk about your wills and estate plans. Make sure they're buttoned up. We'll also talk about your investments, of course, improving them, reducing risk in your retirement plan, reducing taxes. That's a big topic that we talk about, too, the full 360 degrees. For more information, to set up a time to get together with us this next week, give us a call, 888-7-PIGGY-BANK. Again, 888-7-PIGGY-BANK. Coming up, it's the Found Money Radio mailbag and some really good questions this week. Here's a person who is divorced, has a question about getting their Social Security based on spousal benefits from their ex-spouse, so we'll talk about that. Another Social Security question is regarding life expectancy and picking an age to start your benefits at. So this is going to be a good discussion as well. So keep it here. This is Found Money Radio, and we'll be back here on 1080 KRLD.